Hello there, and welcome back to Csec English with Ms.Skeene. I must say thanks to everyone who has been supporting the channel, and I hope that you have been finding the videos helpful, especially during this difficult time. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. You will be happy you did. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more content like this. Share with someone you think it might benefit, because the aim is to help as many students as possible. Leave a comment and share your thoughts on the video. In today's video, we will be looking at the English B paper 1, the unseen paper. For this video, we will be focusing on drama. In answering drama questions on the English B paper 1, there are certain terms that you need to be aware of. So I suggest that you research them to better prepare yourself for your exam. The questions can be based on the following terms: stage directions, dramatic effect, mood, tone, theme, props, dramatic significance, suspense, contrast, language, conflict, spectacle, symbol, time, space, and rhythm. Now let's get right into answering these questions. Instructions. Read the following extract carefully and then answer items 1 to 10. George gets up and goes across to the desk. He sits, picks up the phone, and dials just one number. 5 minutes ago, I asked Miss Stewart to come in. Where is she? And no calls to me till I tell you. Lois enters George's office. You wanted to see me, sir? What took you so long? I only just got the message. Oh, have a look at this. Hands her bank cards. You handle those accounts, don't you? Well, yes, sir. I was hoping you could throw some light on the matter. I don't know, sir. Miss Stewart, you must know. The lady who the account belongs to was in to see me this morning. She says she's been living in England for the last 8 years. That last withdrawal was made on the 18th of this month, 2 days before she left England. There must be some mistake. I would say it's more than that. I'll go check the ledger. Don't waste my time. Hiss. Tell you what, let me get the police in on this. He picks up the phone. Sir! Yes, Miss Stewart? You want the cops in on it or not? Pause. No, sir. He hangs up the phone after another pause. I thought I knew every trick in the book, but this is a new one on me. I take my hat off to you. When I found out what you were up to, I had no choice. Call the cops or do what anybody in my position would do. Protect his staff. As luck would have it, I managed to sort it out with her. Naturally, my curiosity was aroused, so I did a little digging. I can explain. You've been playing this game for quite a little while. Little bit here, little bit there. Most of it has been repaid, sir. The deed is done, my dear. Now we must cover your tracks. Bad luck on your part. If the woman had remained in England, you would have got away with it. Anyway, in future, when you are a bit strapped for cash, check with me. I am sure we can come to some arrangement. He touches her. Thank you, sir, but the money wasn't for me. No, there's this friend. Boyfriend? Put you up to it? You don't understand, sir. He doesn't know. He's at university and we have this arrangement. I would work and pay his way, and later, you send him away on scholarship. Good. But since then, my father died, and me being the eldest, all the responsibility for the younger ones fell on me. You won't say anything to anyone, will you, sir? She cries. This is strictly between us. Crying. I'll pay it all back. What are you crying for? Come. On to better things, like how you're planning to thank me. Tell you what, to show good faith, prove that I won't go back on my word, it'll be my pleasure to drop my signature right here on this card. Then nobody can touch you. And who is going to accuse me? I'm a citizen above suspicion. But later for that. He walks away from her and sits on the sofa. Why am I sticking my neck out for you? 2 reasons. You are one of the first black girls that the bank employ. Think what it would do for your race if the news was to get out. And secondly, as a man, I couldn't sit back and see an attractive girl like you go to waste in some dirty prison just for a few dollars. No way. Such a nice body, pretty face like that. Come here. This piece has been adapted from Old Storytime by Trevor Rohn. Let's get right into answering the questions. Item 1. What is happening in lines 8 to 19 of the extract? The answer options are A. Lois has just arrived to work at the bank. B. George summons Lois to his office to meet the lady from England. C. George confronts Lois about an irregularity in one of the bank accounts. D. Lois, an employee, is being assigned work by the bank manager, George. The answer is C. Lois is being summoned because George wants to confront her about the irregularity in one of the bank accounts. Options A, B, and D are incorrect because those statements were not explored in the piece. Item 2. Which of the following is the best explanation of the dramatic effect of the stage directions? He picks up the phone, pause, lines 21 and 23, and he hangs up after another pause, line 24. The answer options are A. The setting in which the action is taking place is emphasized. B. The audience is given some insight into George's and Lois's character. C. They highlight the themes of corruption and romantic love in the extract. And D. They create intrigue as the audience becomes aware of George's intention. The answer is D. The fact that George picks up the phone, pauses, and hangs up after another pause suggests that he will do something which is not expected. This creates intrigue because the audience will be wondering, what does he plan to do? So the audience is made aware that George plans to cover up for Lois. Options A, B, and C are incorrect because they do not fully explore the purpose of the pauses and the hanging up of the phone. Item 3. In which of the following lines does the playwright create suspense? 1. Have a look at this. Line 8. 2. You want the cops in on it or not? 3. On to brighter things, like how you're planning to thank me. Lines 48 to 49. The answer options are A. 1 and 2 only. B. 1 and 3 only. C. 2 and 3 only. D. 1, 2, and 3. The answer is D. Suspense is created in all 3 statements. Item 4. I thought I knew every trick in the book, but this is a new one on me. I take my hat off to you. Lines 25 to 26 is an example of A. Contrast, B. Sarcasm, C. Imagery, and D. Allusion. The answer is B. George is trying to insult Lois indirectly by saying that he thought he knew every trick in the book. In some respects, he's trying to tone down the criticism by using sarcasm. Because of this, options A, C, and D will be eliminated. Item 5. In lines 41 to 45, you don't understand, will you, sir? The playwright most likely attempts to A. Establish the setting of the extract, B. Explore the main theme in the extract, C. Evoke sympathy for Lois's predicament, D. Foreshadow Lois's punishment for her actions. The answer is C. The fact that Lois said, "You don't understand," shows that there is a reasonable explanation for her actions. The audience will sympathize with her because although she was irresponsible with what she was doing, she was also selfless. Options A, B, and D do not capture the feelings coming out in her statement. Therefore, the playwright is trying to evoke sympathy for Lois's predicament. Item 6. Lois's explanation of the reasons for her actions demonstrates that she is A. Caring and foolhardy, B. Dedicated and insightful, C. Dishonest and ambitious, D. Conscientious and honest. The answer is A. Caring and foolhardy. Lois is a very caring woman, and the audience is able to see that based on the story she told. But she's very rash in her quest to offer help. You don't just steal in order to help someone. Options B, C, and D do not show her level of irresponsibility. Item 7. The playwright reveals George's intention concerning Lois primarily through A. Diction and props, B. Characterization and setting, C. Suspense and stage directions, and D. Off-stage characters and themes. The answer is C. Suspense and stage directions. We are able to see George's intention through suspense because we were not sure what he intended to do, if he was going to call the police or not. Also, the fact that he touches Lois, which is revealed in the stage directions, shows that he intends to blackmail her. The other options do not highlight his intentions. Item 8. The statement, "As a man, I couldn't sit back and see an attractive girl like you go to waste in some dirty prison just for a few dollars," lines 55 to 57, suggest that George A. plans to call the police so that Lois will go to prison, B. intends to blackmail Lois to have a relationship with him, C. believes that beauty should prevent women from being imprisoned, and D. thinks that Lois's beauty impacted on her decision to steal the money. The answer is B. Intends to blackmail Lois to have a relationship with him. We are able to see this blackmail through George's use of flattery. Item 9. Which of the following is an example of irony? A. Lois is one of the first black employees at the bank and appears dishonest. B. George is not familiar with the trick Lois has done, though he is a mature man. C. Lois has been stealing the money to support her boyfriend's education abroad. D. George considers himself a citizen above suspicion, but his actions are unethical. The answer is D. It is ironic that George thinks so highly of himself as an upstanding citizen, but wants to cover up Lois's action and blackmails her on top of it. Item 10. The reference to some dirty prison, lines 56 to 57, is most likely used to A. Establish the mood and the tone of the extract. B. Explore the dramatic conflict in the extract. C. Ensure that Lois agrees with George's choice of punishment. And D. Emphasize that Lois committed a crime and punishment is expected. The answer is C. The reference made to dirty prison will make Lois agree to the lesser punishment. As a woman, she would not want to go to prison, so this ensures that she agrees with George's choice of punishment. The other options do not answer why the reference was made. That's the end of this video. I hope that you have gained some insight into answering English B Paper 1 drama questions. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment down below, and subscribe.